Hello everybody, welcome to Inside Line Racing, and as you can see, it's a very wet Austrian Grand Prix qualifying session here for round 5 of ILR7, and yeah, I'm coming to your own way, and as you can see as well, 20 car grid, we're starting early, everything's going very nicely, so yeah, welcome, hope you all enjoy this week of racing. I believe we're up first, we must be up first, so let's go ILR7, get the views, and yes, now just first observation, seeing Pro put there in the pit lane in his McLaren, he's 10th, hovering over the super sauce, sorry, suggests that this could dry up at the end. It is obviously an 18-minute long session. The stream obviously starts a few minutes after, but yeah. So while it's wet at the minute, we could see a dry end. So let's wait and see how that one works. But as I said, hello, welcome to Austria. So it's already round 5. It's quick, isn't it? You wouldn't think the season's going by this quickly, but there you go. And yes, Ben there in the chat just giving you the good confirmation. I am first, good stuff. By the way, Ben making his debut in ILR5 after this later on. ILR5, ILR4, they're going to be at 8 o'clock later on. I've still not tried to figure out when ILR Xbox is, so I'm not even going to bother. Then on Sunday you've got ILR1 at 5, then ILR2 and 3 at 7, and then ILR America's at 10. And like I say, that's all on a Sunday. We've got a retirement there, Crazy Flying Rob. Obviously in these wet conditions it can be quite difficult, especially in those last couple of corners, because some people may be running well, some people, depending on how their setups work, might have high ballast. In fact, they almost certainly do have high ballast. Even I've got high ballast and I'm on a pad later on. So don't be at all surprised to see people going for some spins really throughout this qualifying session. There's no real point just trying to track who's faster at the moment, because it'll almost certainly improve later on. So we'll just follow and watch some people as they go round. We've got a Risky fan in there. Josh Kynes, so hopefully Risky does well for him. And I'll quickly get some championship standings up just to inform everyone of what on earth is going on in the ILR7 world of crazy mentalness. Obviously, we're seeing that Knighton has had a couple of difficult races now. Obviously, he crashed out in Bahrain, had a DC before the start of the Spanish Grand Prix, so he's got a bit unlucky recently. But we'll find out when I put him in the championship, of course. He dominated the first 2 races, giving him a 50-point haul instantly as Khalifa there was fastest. And that should be people's first runs done. But there are also people going around, obviously, in these wet conditions. It isn't just a, you know, straight out, straight in situation. You can go around as much as you like, really, just to get an idea of what the conditions are like. You will get faster and faster. It's just the way it works when you've got a track that's drying, you know, relatively quickly. And yeah, as I said, Pete did have a few bad races, and that Mitchell, that's in the wall. Is that the whole front wing gone? That was a rather light tap to lose the whole front wing, but there you go. That could be high ballast for you. But yeah, now like I say, Pete, 2 DNFs in the last 2 races, so it's not gone too well for him. And as a result of that, the gap is now only 3 points in the championship. He's still got 50 points. But behind him, he's got the he's got a Mercedes, a Red Bull, and the other Mercedes. We've got Bill, Kyle, and Khalifa. Now, they're all having 4 points, and then 3 and 7 points, respectively, off the top. So, really, this championship could swing between these 4 drivers. Obviously, to have 4 and 7 in round 5 is pretty decent. Certainly a lot closer than ILR5, unfortunately. But, yeah. So, we've got, really, like I say, Pete on 50, Bill on 47, Kyle on 47, and Khalifa on 43. We'll quickly go down the rest of it now. We've got Alex in 5th, we've got Beesma 6th, Voss 7th, Baz at 8th, Moonshot we just saw on the wall there 9th, Murdoch 10th, Whiteout 11th, Philip 12th, Risky Racer 13th, Jess 14th, not Fernando 15th, Crazy Flying Rob 16th, ILR Raider 17th, OKK in 18th, Jacko 19th, and last is Pro Opa. Now, interestingly enough, we still actually have, I think, 6 drivers yet to get off the mark today. They are, I think, not Fernando. can I count to? That's a good question. Not for not Fernando, Chris Van Rob, R Reader, OKK, Jacko and Probe. So we'll see if they can get into the points today. Obviously with a bit of a mixed up qualifying that we could see an interesting grid. That could help them out today. But yeah, they could probably do again on the scoreboard a little bit. Also, of course, start thinking about demotion if we get another tier. You just never know, really, with this. But yeah, like I say, the wet qualifying to dry race. It'll be interesting to see what people do with their strategies in the quali session. Now, a rule that I think Jack's made very clear is that you have to take the whole proper way into the pitch. You can't just go through turn 9 and cut right across the track. You have to enter the pits properly. So, for example, you have to stay all the way to the right there. Do not cross that white line, as far as I'm aware. These guys are on regular corner cutting as well, so every lap these guys will do, or at least their fastest lap. You know, Jack's probably going to just want to make sure that here at turn 1, for example, you don't go outside track limits. As you can see, Murdoch staying well within those limits. So, yeah, we've lost Risky Racer there, so Josh Kyne's going to be absolutely furious. But, yeah. So it's just something for these guys to keep an eye on. I think we've pretty much got every corner just being looked at a bit more closely, because it is a track where you can manipulate the track limits quite dramatically. But yeah, we'll see what these guys do. Hopefully they all know what they're doing. And we've got quite a lot of people here, so good to see everyone here. Hope you're all having a great day, having a great week, blah 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 blah. Hope you're all looking forward to the stream. Hope you're all happy that I'm up for ILR6. I am. Liking the competitive nature of myself, as usual. Have to win everything, even though I can't win anything. But yeah. Like I said, we've got a lot of people. We've got Corey, we've got Yuri, we've got Propo, we've even got Jack in here. We've got Jack, my boss, in here. What's up? And we've got 15 people. Like, that's mad. Good to see people here. So yeah. Plenty of people. Anyway, yes. Oh dear, we've got Josh doing a risky chant just before he retired there. It's a good chant. Unfortunately, it didn't help though. We'll see in the race though. Maybe we'll have to read that out at the end. But anyway, yes. Like I say, hello to all of you. Thank you for tuning in. And there's a car off there. Who was that, I wonder? Felt like it was a Mercedes. I'm not sure though. Is that? Doesn't really matter. Does it really matter? Someone was off. Someone was doing their own little thing now. Hopefully they're all alive still. Apart from obviously the ones that aren't. Just trying to look back there. I think it was a Mercedes off. Oh no, it was a Renault. Apologies. Might have been Jacko then in his older tyres. But anyway, there's a few people on new tyres that we need to be looking at now, because we're into the last 7 minutes. It's still raining, and while the track conditions probably better, we could potentially see these guys out for their last runs. They could potentially just be going round and round now. Yellows in sector 3. That's never a good sign, is it? Who's off? Anyone off? Hopefully we're all alive. Just not a fun time if you go off in that last sector. Anywhere in that last sector, you're just asking to die. Right. So that's what I'm sort of talking about. Bill going wide there at turn 1. It's, hard to argue. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't gain an advantage there, but he did go off the track. So yeah, just if this goes fastest, you never know, that could be under scrutiny later on. So that's what I'm just saying. These guys need to watch it, what they're doing. Although, to be honest, he's probably lost some time there, so it likely won't stay pole if it goes pole, but you never know. You just never know. We've got Pete out there. He's currently top member, only guy in the 1:12s here in this qualifying session. I think I saw a couple of people in the chats today saying that, they've been doing some wet practice. One thing, of course, you don't get to do most of the time is intermediates practice. People don't really think to do that. They normally think to do either wet or just dry. And so this could probably be a brand new experience for most of these people. And as they've seen, I think a lot of people have sort of picked up on this. Basically, most of the tracks from here in really they really do have a potential for rain. As Pete gets it all wrong there into the hairpin. But there is a real potential of rain in pretty much all the remaining races. I mean, it's not out of the question. of course, rain is always a possibility, but I'll run you through the calendar. Of course, we've got Austria today, you know, as you can see, raining is indeed happening. Britain next, you know, the home of rain, so it's going to rain now, isn't it? German Grand Prix, I mean, we saw rain in real life, so you can always out here. So, and then we got Italy as well. There's been not as much rain there, but it's still possible. We got Japan, we got USA, and we got Brazil. So, I mean, I can see where they're coming from. A lot of these guys sort of have an idea that there's going to be rain potential. Certainly much higher than the first couple of races, I would have thought, you know, with Bahrain being stuck in there. But, yeah. We will, I'm sure, find out what happens there. By the way, Cleveland did go faster. That's what I'm saying about those newer tyres. They do... You know, they do help, but once again, it's just all about these end runs. You know, most qualifying sessions are about that, but this one's sort of especially, you're not going to get the best times right until the very end, unfortunately. It's just not how it works. You're not going to go pole this time unless something horribly goes wrong. But, yeah. Alright, Moonsalot. 3 laps all tired, he's not going too quickly. Kyle, will we be seeing him go into the end, I wonder? Jack, who says he's going to be bringing home some points today. Well, he's currently P15. The Renaults and the Williams, unfortunately, he's taking up sort of the back end of the field. Other people who are still in the session, of course. Saw some people on Discord the other day trying to argue that the Williams boys technically haven't finished last in any of the races because they haven't ever retired. That's in real F1. Probably the same here as well. I'm sure they'll take that here. I'm sure the Williams drivers will be right on board with that one. But anyway, yeah, 16 and 17 for that. So nobody will see. Everyone obviously moves it a little bit. We've got a 3-second gap between all of the field, and yeah, hopefully we get to see that close in these last couple of moments. So yellows, no, that's going to be somewhere ahead here, isn't it? Look out for a car, either slow or off the track. There is a Mercedes of Bill. He's got a bit lost, and Kyle is into the pit lane, so he fancies one quick splash and dash. That will be a splash and dash, no messing about there from him. Pete is already up on this lap, his 3rd flying lap on these tyres. Certainly at the moment, based on just the first sector alone, that's 1 corner and 2 straight. See what I mean? He's already 2.5 tenths up. He is flying around right now. He must have absolutely given it everything. I wish I could have seen that, but we shall follow the rest of it, where I will inevitably jinx him. But oh well. At least I'm watching him. Obviously, the classic the Ferrari bottle, we may see that again. We are sort of starting to see a bit of a Ferrari bottle, aren't we, when I think about it? In real F1, hopefully, and here as well, hopefully that can sort of correct itself. But anyway, round the final corner, here comes Pete. They should go fastest, but by how much? 4 tenths. That is the gap at the moment, so we'll see if anyone can beat that, if Pete himself can beat that. Of course, he could do a slow down lap and go again. We'll see though. Here comes Alex. He is starting 1, so we can follow him round. Let's see how he takes turn 1. You see, I imagine a lot of people can probably give it everything over the curb and just... I imagine you can go faster than that, but is it really worth it is the question. Some people could do that and then just spin. If you're on high ballast, it's suicide, but that could be the difference between pole and, you know, not pole, I guess, because you could fall down the field if you don't get turn 1 right. It's probably the most difficult corner in these wet conditions, I'd say. You could argue the last couple of quarters as well, but as long as you can just sort of keep your car moving, you'll be okay. If you just get turn 1, even the slightest bit wrong, your whole lap's gone. You can salvage a bit through turn 9 and 10, but anyway, we'll see. We'll see what Alex does. Like I say, he wasn't as committed as I imagined Pete must have been over the curves. You can see that he's actually down on his time at the moment. So yeah, some people having different methods to their madness. And there is Pete up ahead, and you can see he's preparing for a lap. Hopefully he doesn't block Alex. We're into the final minute of the session, and Alex will start a lap again, in fact. So, or at least it looks like he would. He's limping, actually. I don't know. We'll find out. See, Pete definitely gave that a little bit more over the curve. I think that must be what's making the difference. But this is surely the lap, then. He has to get this one perfect. Khalifa's only, he's gonna potentially be the last guy over the line, isn't he? He's really trying to leave it late, so look like for him as well. Pete not as fast as his last attempt through Sector 1, which I'll assume was purple. Oh, look how deep into the race he is there. He's done that one much better than before. He'll be gaining buckets of time, I would imagine, from that one. He almost came to a dead stop on the first attempt we saw. So this is certainly going a lot better, I would have thought, in the middle sector compared to the first one. And you can see that he is up. He's gained about 2/10 on his last attempt in the middle sector, I think. Or, well, you know, at least 2/10 from sector 1 to 2 anyway, but we'll see if he can hold it through these last couple of corners to go. Ah, he doesn't. Will that cost him? Who's that on the wall? Is that White out in the wall? It is, in the Haas. So he's got it wrong there as well. Yeah, so maybe the last corner is more difficult. I've been proven wrong. Anyway, that is the end of the session. That's session over. Who is still out there on the lap? We've got Alex is there. Khalifa obviously is there. Alex is done. Here's Moonshot. He's currently up. Is it going to be enough? I think we just saw someone into the pits there. But Moonshot to the line. P2. He'll take that. Now, Khalifa. Is this pole? It is his one and only attempt on brand new intermediate tyres. Is this going to be enough to put the Mercedes driver onto pole position? Not quite. He's nearly 3/10 off. I mean, very nice lap there from Pete to get on pole. That should be it done now. We've got Alex obviously limping round there. 59 seconds down, I think that says. So he's not going to beat that lap. And we've got Voss, a stunning 41.6 seconds down. Right. So that should be then the grid set for the race. We've got Pete then on pole, then we've got Khalifa, Moonshot, Alex, OKK, Kyle, Voss, Bill, Beesma, Murdoch, Whiteout, oh dear, Reader, Philip, Jacko, Baza, Not Fernando, and Jess. 2.7 seconds separating the field, and then our retirements in the session: Propa, Risky Racer, and Crazy Flying Rob. So now obviously with these, oh my goodness, he's just been pile drived. Obviously with these wet conditions in qualifying, it means you can tactically put on your dry setup and maybe put the wings up a little bit in qualifying and do nothing more. And as a result, you know, you can use your dry setup in the race and not be too badly affected in qualifying. The biggest advantage though with this being a wet qualifying is that you will get your free tyre choice the whole way down the field. Everyone, from first right down to last, is going to get to choose their tyres. It will make their strategy a lot more comfortable, and it'll mean that these guys can probably all do a relatively safe yet fast strategy. So this could very much be a bit of a sprint race in a sense, just due to the fact you're not having to worry about conservation, I guess. Not as much anyway as you would normally. So yeah, like I said, there's the grid for you there. I mean, come on, we've got a D rating there. Is there any A ratings? Are we just sort of forgetting the A ratings exist? Oh dear, can we get an F in the chat for the A ranks? No A ranks. I mean, we're going up to S. Very good for these guys in the S. Can we see that in the green? Oh, I miss green. Green is great. Green is great, yeah. Anyway, yeah. Never sort of point. It was like we've got anyone in gold. And we've got a few bronzes and some silvers. Then there's people that are just unranked, like Pro, but I guess this is the only online stuff he ever does. Okay, Rescue Racer says the bottom three had quality bans. Okay, good to know. Thank you very much. So that's why I didn't qualify in this race. Corey wanted me to go on board with Jacko. I didn't realise that. I do apologise. I hope that hasn't ruined your life. But, I'm sure I'll ride on board with him a little bit during the formation lap, but that's going to help you feel a little bit better. Anyway, yep, it's stopped raining now, so that's good. Nice and dry, and ILR6 was wet in qualifying as well. Funny that. Really is a very rainy circuit. So yeah, do you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to link this and tweet that I was live with this. You know, you gotta get the extra viewers. You gotta beat ILR6. You know what I mean? It's like a way of life beating ILR6. Call it a bit sad, cause it is, but you know, you've gotta make sure you beat ILR6. Beautiful tweet there I've just made. Right, so let's have a look at the tyres. Yeah, that's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. I didn't expect to see anyone on the Ultras. So, the vast majority of the field are on the Ultras. We've got Baza there. He's on softs. And then we've got Alex and we've got OKK. They're both on a set of Ultras. Like I said, everyone else in the grid, they're all on the Supers. So all three tire combines are coming out to play. They're all going to be fresh sets. This is going to be very interesting. I didn't think like I say, I honestly didn't think we were going to see those tires out today. I thought this all get them a get out of jail free card. Don't have to worry about those. They're really going to go for it. That's very interesting. So we're in for a good strategy. And just to make Corey happy, there we go. There's Jacko in his glorious Renault. Will he get into the points today? I guess only one way to find out. I mean, I've joked earlier in the chats that people could go bowling into turn 1 because it is one of the tightest corners on the F1 calendar, certainly for a turn 1 anyway. And you just know there's going to be someone who just outbreaks themselves and has a massive accident. I think it happened in ILR3 last season. I keep going on about ILR3 season before. It really was a demolition derby every week. I'm not lying to you. And yeah, it's bad that I'm going off that, but I'm just saying it's a possibility. So, right. We're all lined up on the grid now. Here is Crazy Flam Rob lining up on the grid. Yeah, I'm surprised. The 3 people were quality bans. I'm surprised no one thought to just wait till the very end to retire and then take advantage. Anyway, here we go. The lights are on ahead of the drivers. And we're away in Austria. Lots of wheel spin there from Pete. Does he get away okay? I think he's good into turn 1. You can see Moonshot already setting up a move, and there's a bit of a bowling attack into turn 1, but it looks like we've all survived. So, there is a turn 2 there. They're going through turn 2 now. That's apparently a corner. And now up towards turn 3. First real chance for these guys to have a proper go at it. Keep an eye on those guys on the Ultras. We've already lost ILR Raider from this race, and Murdoch's down the field as well. Looks like there's a bit going on there. And there's Murdoch, he's been in the wall then in turn 2, so maybe it is a dangerous corner. There you go. I never knew that. You never knew that. People can crash at turn 2. F1 2018 for you, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, we're side by side with Beesma and Bill now. And it's just about if these guys just get through the first lap, get into a rhythm. Like I said, it's one of the most sort of dangerous first laps on the calendar, to be honest. If they get out of there okay, then it's brilliant. But yeah, we've got to keep an eye now on these guys on the Ultras. Pete is now romping away, as is Khalifa. And Moons. Oh my goodness! Is that Whiteside or is that his teammate? Or is it lag? Could have been lag. I'm not too sure what on earth just happened there. Am I seeing things, or did someone just go flying off the track? Because I'm pretty sure someone just went flying off the track there. I gotta watch that back. But first of all, let's watch Bill and Bees swapping places. No, there was certainly a car. Was it Buzzer? Who was off the track? Was it lag? I don't know. I just don't. I'm just gonna call lag. And if I missed, yeah, I'm confused. I'm confused. I can't hide it. I am confused as to what has just went on there. I'm pretty sure I saw a Haas fly off the track, but as you can see, he's perfectly fine. And in fact, he's looking at a move on Kyle there. Now let's go to near the front. Khalifa's now sort of starting to feel a bit of pressure. Pete is loving his life out there, out front, and having a jolly old time of it as he exceeds track limits, but it's regular. You can do that all you like, quite frankly. And now up the hill, I see OKK trying to have a go on Moonshalot. needs to really get moving here on these ultras. They do not last. And I think we had a coming together there at the back. Propa and Jacko coming together by the looks of it. As you can see, Jacko's front wing is either extremely damaged or just not there. Yeah, it's extremely damaged, and I imagine Propa's just lost his full front wing. He has indeed. And, yeah, well, there's his teammates. So, disaster for the McLaren boys. And Jacko. Renault engine not helping them, must be a bad omen. But, yeah. We've also lost Rita from the session. Maybe he's off to watch the stream. Maybe he's being a really nice guy and giving us money for views. Wait, what? But, yeah. We've got a bit of a DRS train starting here. And it's not like Spain, where a DRS train is pretty much dangling a carrot in front of you the whole race. Here you can actually use it because there's 3 DRS zones and they're followed by pretty heavy and pretty useful braking zones. So expect to see quite a lot of movement now. It's lap 4, DRS, the first full round with full DRS usage. And we're already seeing Okeke having a look at a move into turn 1. And, oh, he's lost his back end there already. That could really affect him towards turn 3 and give Moonshot a little bit of breathing space. Maybe to have a go on Khalifa himself. Let's see. Khalifa misses the apex a little bit. Maybe looking at his mirrors or something, but yeah, not optimal for there. Now, you can make moves into turn 4. I know First Town had a great battle with Lenny here in ILR3 last year before he decently off to Narnia. But, yeah, trust me, you're probably best, I think. If you want to go for moving to turn 3, you can, but I would suggest letting them stay ahead into the hairpin and just setting a move into turn 4 because it's nearly undefendable if you can get on the inside for that corner. So we'll see these guys adopt that tactic. I sort of thought that up on the spot when I was racing and it seemed to work rather well until it ended up in that wall there on the left. But yeah. We'll see what these guys do. We'll see what their approach is to it. But at the moment, Pete is flying high. He's having a good time there. And, well, you can look behind him and see plenty of battling, hopefully, about to start. So I'm sure he'll be enjoying himself. And Moonshot's had a great exit out of turn 1. Having a look now on Khalifa. DRS for him, of course. Nothing for Khalifa. On the outside for the hairpin. What he needs to do here is not pass. He needs to sort of settle a move. But he's sort of outbroke himself there. And that could put him back under pressure again. We've got an awful camera angle, unfortunately. Voss is into trouble. We've got 2 awful camera angles. But Khalifa, as I said, back up the inside of turn 4. If you can get there, it's undefendable. But he wasn't able to break lane enough. So actually, the move was completed then for Moonshot. So Moonshot up to P2, but he lost a second in the process. We've got Whites out there and Philip changing places. What's the damage to Voss? Was it maybe just a spin? You can spin out of turn 3. It's a bit of a silly spin to do, but I can't lie, I have done it myself many, 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 many times. So I imagine that must be what he's done. But now for the last corner, okay, he keeps getting close, but can't get close enough. And with these tyres starting to die a little bit, he really needs to think about making a move. There's Bill getting past Alex. Up the hill. Is okay going to make anything work? No, not by the looks of it. And, well, right back around the outside. Alex gets back past, and Bill possibly scared into a corner cut just to avoid him. I don't really know. But they're still going to fight at it. Down the inside goes the Mercedes. He's potentially outbroke himself. But Alex hasn't got the best exit in the world there, I don't think. Yellows for Risky Racer. Potentially. And there's Alex back at the inside. The undefendable. Except it was very well defended. I'm going to shut up. Maybe I know better than these lot. Maybe that's just it. Call it an ego. But I never had these issues. I kept Lenny behind me for a good 10 laps where he killed me. Anyway, like I said, there's a yellow flag. I don't know if it was for Risky Racer or not. I just saw he lost a position, so you sort of have to guess, really, with that. 2 McLarens fighting at the back. I mean, it's a pretty normal fight, isn't it, really, in real life, isn't it? Going for it, though. Fair play to them. Now, Moonshot has really just closed right in on Pete for the lead. I just wonder if Pete has depleted quite a lot of his usable energy, which he has, certainly. And possibly a lot of fuel as well. I mean, most people will start their races with about 3 laps extra fuel. I wonder if Pete has just used all of his now and is having to sort of cut back on it. Either way, it does feel like he's looking a little bit vulnerable. as is Bill, with Alex going for the inside once again. There's that Mercedes on the left hand side, cannot quite get past into turn 4. But now Moonshot has broken away from Khalifa, and all these gaps are starting to open up a little bit as we see 4 tenths separate the top 2. It's already lap 7, about to become lap 8. The race is flying by already, and it looks like we're going to get a bit of a jostle for the lead very soon. You can see they're both starting to save ERS a little bit. I think Pete has just started using it again. He's on considerably less than Moonshot, so just right on board him. We'll see where the harvesting takes place, I guess, and we'll see where he catches. He should be making this move, I think, though. Pete is getting a little bit desperate. You can see that he's going wide. You can see he's looking at his move. You can see he feels under pressure. And is there a move? Is there a hairpin? Is Moonshot going to go for it? He's just going to set it up, I think. Will someone finally make the turn 4 move work, please? I've got to look smart here with my analysis. But down towards turn 4, that's where Pete isn't using as much ERS. You can see he's only on 1. And somehow, Moonshot's not passed. But, I mean, Pete's ERS is just so low, isn't it? There's no way he'll be able to hold that for a while. And Bill is still ahead of Alex, and Briesman's right in this now. So we've got a bit of a free car fight there. Looks like Voss is trying to stay ahead of Vaza. But anyway, these guys are going to come through the last sector now. Pete is nearly on no ERS. It has to be said, he's going to have barely enough for even the main straight. Where did he use this? He's going to have to use this on the way up to turn 3, I guess. Don't even know where else he can use it. He's on 0 up the hill. Apologies. And yeah, I do have a cough. I should have mentioned that. Anyway. Yeah, Pete's still using his ERS as much, it looked like. He maybe just didn't get a great run, but Moonshot now, really looking quite confident. Has Pete got enough ERS to defend down towards turn 4? This is where he basically turned it all to 0, pretty much, as he ran out last time, but Moonshot is going to be nowhere near him this time round. And you've got to say, Moonshot, he's got such an advantage here. He has to make it work. He has to make it work. And in fact, on the fuel situation, it looks like Pete's got way more on his dash. He's got 2 points something anyway. And I can't tell that's a 0 or a 4 Moonshot, but yeah, we'll find out in due time, won't we? We'll see if people start to lose fuel. But yeah, we're seeing the Ultras possibly already starting to go. They'll be into the pits in the next couple of laps, I would have thought. Maybe a gamble that hasn't worked out too well for them. And you can see KK was sort of drifting there, it looked like, through turn 9. So it was a bit awkward, and the time he's giving a bit of a hard time there. It said 0.028 something like that. And I thought I was going to miss the lead there, but no, it's fine. No panic, no need, it's fine. We're going to see it now. They're getting close, and not quite close enough once again, but Moonshot really deep into the brakes there this time round. He's still got way more ERS to use. Alex is fighting with Bill once again. I don't think we're going to see a move here. Let's see these guys, because it's now a 4-car battle. Kyle has caught up to all this. And anywhere are we going to see a move? Looks like we're going to see Kyle maybe a little late on the brakes, locks up, sort of pushes Biesma wide just because he couldn't even turn him himself. Could get him into trouble, that one. We'll have to wait and see. Yellows. Is it ahead or behind? It's okay. Now, into here you could see punctures for these tyres if you've sort of pushed them too hard. Or, as I said, ballast. When you have high ballast on this track, when your tyres go, you're very likely to just go spinning top. But yeah, we may see them in the pits at the end of this lap. I don't see those tyres with any more life in them, and potentially expect the same to happen then to Alex at some point, maybe on this lap. Looks like turn 6 is a bit of a killer for these tyres. Anyway, here's Moonshot for the lead. He's broken extremely late there. Tried to get Pete to defend the inside line. Don't know if he did it well as he maybe would have hoped, as Alex, I think, has went and done the same thing. Let's just go confirm that he has. He's into the wall. And he's trying to take the very odd option of driving into a wall to get spun back round. It would have just been better to reverse. But that gave Jess a heart attack there. And he's spun again. So yeah, the tyres just are completely gone. That's what happens to these Ultra Sauce. And what has OKK done? He's going to go and put another set of Ultra Sauce on, hasn't he? Clearly not taking a hint. Anyway, back up the front. Both of these guys have now got some sufficient ERS. And, well, it wasn't great for the last corner there for Pete. Luckily, turn 1 just doesn't seem very viable for a move. Wants to be off that curve a little bit more, I would have thought. And, yeah, I mean, sure, you would have thought you got a better run there. Obviously, with regular corner cut, and you can sort of cut a little bit more and get away with it. But Pete looked to have more speed through there. I think saving his ERS, he's been able to do it in the right places. And he could, well, get a real advantage now as Moonshot goes wide. Here's Kyle on Bill. Looks like Bill was sort of scared a bit off the racing line. We've got more yellow flags in sector 2 and 3. Now we're green again. Don't really know what's happened though. Hopefully everyone's still alive and living and having a great life. But yeah, the ultra soft gamble just hasn't worked for these guys. Basically just put sauce on and try and go to the end. Don't follow the OKK example. It's not a very good example to follow. Anyway, look at this. This is as close as ever sort of been in the last sector. But there's just no chance of moving to turn 9. Unless it's maybe last lap and you're feeling really a bit desperate and you really want to risk your life and risk being kicked out of the league, etc. But, yeah, I'm lucky there's no moves. But, don't know where Alex is going to come out, but that could give Pete DRS, but he's not close enough. You can see him up there in the distance. Pete's going to have really nothing extra to defend with here. Surely Moonshot has to see a chance now on the outside. And if he can just find the apex or even just get a good exit, he has a chance. And he just, it's not a very good exit. Pete defended that very well indeed. He knows what he's doing. And down into turn 4 as Moonshot trying to prize a Ferrari driver. I don't think he will do that, and he doesn't do that. Behind that, by the way, we've got 3 and then 6 second gaps. I mean, it's really starting to open up behind now. And so it really is a battle between these guys. Ferrari versus Red Bull, very much like the real race here. Except, of course, this time the Ferrari's the car in front. Oh dear, in fact, it's the exact same Ferrari and Red Bulls that came first and second. Of course, this is the order that every real-life F1 fan would have wanted. But, can't have it all. But, up towards turn 1, again, Moonshot, he has to try and think of something else to do. He has to find some other idea here. He's tried a little bit now just to sort of work out Pete. And now he has to sort of figure out how to exploit his defence to make a move. And, yeah, Pete, he's done a bit of a Nico Rosberg there. I think he may have got that a bit wrong. And into the lead goes Moonshot then. Moonshot saw that one coming. I think Pete just tried to scare Moonshot away like the last time. It worked quite well that time. But that was full on Rosberg. And it's cost him a field there. And he's off the track again. So Pete, he's lost the lead of this race. I would certainly say it's fast enough to keep in it. And there's Kyle fighting with Bill. These guys, remember, are 2 men in contention for the championship. Of course, you've got Pete ahead of the 2 of them, but you never know what can happen later on. In the race, as Bill just about saves it. And, well, he just needs to calm down a bit now then. Loses the place to Beesma and loses, of course, his fight against Kyle. Yellow's ahead. We know Pete's in the pits. It couldn't be him, right? Now, that's not how you enter the pits, Beesma. I think that's something you're not allowed to do. And that's probably something you're not allowed to do either. But something tells me that not Fernando's been in the wall. That could be what's caused the yellow flag then. Well, let's see where Pete comes back out from the pits. Yeah, I mean, you can see he was sort of having to try something new. We'll see what traffic he's in now. Luckily, the car immediately behind him is in the pits. And Baza, well, he's fighting with risky racers. So you'd imagine that Pete is rather safe right now. Speaking of this fight, they're really going for it, aren't they? 14 lap old tyres each. Looks like the soft compound tyre is the better one, as you would really expect at this point in the race, I guess, with tyre wear and the likes. And yeah, Baz is ahead, but no, I don't see Pete getting into too much traffic here. He should take the lead back. It was only about a second, the gap, when he went to the pits. Well, no, if he keeps doing that, it's like he just hasn't got enough ballast or hasn't got enough front wing. That little mistake could cost him, but Moonshot has got a 5-second stop-go penalty. And that could also cost him. Khalifa as well may... well, he's actually in the pit stop ahead of him, isn't he? Or behind him in the pit garage, so it isn't going to matter too much. I thought he may have held him up a little bit. But there's Pete. You can just see his red Ferrari down in the background. And while Moonshot should keep the lead, he will go straight into traffic, and he has got a 5-second penalty to deal with. And that little mistake from Pete, well, he doesn't know it. He's probably thinking right now, right, that's cost me this race. I really need to go fight for this now. But he is technically 5 seconds ahead of him, so he just needs to be. He needs to ask Jess. Oh God, that's Whiteout taking the unconventional line through there and getting it completely wrong and falling down to 6th. But you know, he needs to just ask Jeff what's going on with penalties, and he'll be told the good news. So let's hope they don't kill each other. Although let's hope they do. That'd be really quite funny. Anyway, Voss is out of this race. I think he's just given up after spinning off, and now his AI's got a good job of sitting there and waiting for something to happen. And Pete, he's doing a lot better in those one-lap all tires, isn't he? I guess the sauce take a while to heat up, and he goes back into the net lead of this race. And in fact, it will become the proper lead. You can see Philip into the pits now. So, Pete retakes his lead. The undercut did work in the long term, and by that I mean 2 laps rather than 1 lap. And like I say, just heating up the tyres, he could do that a lot quicker, I guess. And that little mistake turns out to not have cost him anything, quite frankly. But Moonshot is still there, and he's gonna, well, try and scare Pete out of the way on the inside there. You can see he probably could have actually went for it there, but he went out and decided, nah, at the last second. Yellow sector 2. I think they're gone, aren't they? That's sure. We'll just quickly take a run through, just make sure everyone's alive and breathing. We're all still good here. Now, Pete's sort of done what he did before. Look, and his ERS is absolutely gone. So that could affect him a little bit. Sorry, I was looking in the chat there for a second. Looks like someone may not be too happy about the result. Anyway, I'll look at that later. Up the hill again. The top 2. Going for it. Obviously, Pete will have to be aware, if he keeps going off the track, he will get penalties eventually. Because he is really going off the track quite a lot, isn't he? I don't know really how much that's going to give him penalties or anything. But from what we've seen in this race, it could potentially be quite painful for him, but we'll see. Moonshot, he's just... you see, in that situation, you should just go for it. As business spins round there at turn 1. One of those contact with someone like Kyle, who's actually going for a move on Baza. But no, it's that situation there for Moonshot where he should have just went for it. He knew he was braking way later, so why not just go for it? Why not just go to the inside and see if you can make the move work, instead of just running to the back and ruining your race, guaranteed. You know what I mean? I wonder how much he's going to regret that. He'll have to pit, surely. This helps Khalifa and Kyle. Instead of losing, you know, 10 points and 13 points, they're only going to lose 7 and 10 respectively. So it's not too bad. Although, I mean, it's just going to keep going with it. On this type of track, any sort of damage is asking to be killed, honestly. I mean, you need a lot of... You still need a lot of... we'll see what happens. I feel you need quite a lot of downforce. Especially in the middle sector. You'd be off the track in a few laps if your tires start to go a bit loopy. So let's look further back. Yes, there are more people in this race, and they are actually racing. I know I've been focusing on the top 2 quite a bit in this race. But I mean, you can't blame me, right? You can't blame me. But, oh, for God's sake. Right, Bill's off the track. Not having a good time of it, is he? He's, he needs to be up there in that podium battle and ready to pounce on the Moonshot. He's sort of starting to fall away in this championship a little bit today, but there's an inconsistency. You never really know with that. By the way, we do have 2 asses fighting. You know, inconsistency, yeah, it can be a bit annoying, but I just think though. I mean, Bill had that silly mistake in Australia, and so did Khalifa. The 2 Mercedes could have been romping sort of clear with this championship. Now, when you think about it, they had their 1-2 in Bahrain. They, you know, I just wonder how much they're going to think about that. I know it's a bit early to say, but they did have the double retirement in Australia after 1 and 1-2. You know what I mean? It could affect them later on. So just something else to keep in mind for at the end of the season when I can bully them all. But yeah. Currently 3rd and 8th, not going to help them too much in their championship fight. I'm sure the constructors fight, they're pretty sweet on with Red Bull. They're probably both going to run away with that one. I don't think Risky Racers scored enough to sort of help Pete with that. And it's interesting. I'm happy to see Jack's system is kind of working. Putting the fastest drivers in the fastest cars. Well, they're all equal, but you know, the fastest real cars. And it does look like it's going to be Mercedes versus Ferrari versus Red Bull. So you gotta say Jack's pulled a bit of a genius move here with his placements this season. But yeah, just thought I'd praise that a little bit. Just I'm sort of starting to just think in my head that is kind of working. I'm sort of in a fight with Red Bull as well. I think it's a good system. I don't think it's here, like, but just gotta say we are here. Great system. I think we're starting to see that work now. Anyway, Khalifa, as you may imagine, has closed this gap down exponentially quickly. It's going to be rather easy move in the end because there's going to be nothing to defend with there for Moonshot. If he can even stay on the track, that is. We'll ride on board with Khalifa until that happens, because it will happen soon, I would have thought. Sooner rather than later. Oh, but also, actually, what did I watch? Did I watch that, or did I watch the more inevitably, more exciting OKK disaster class, which could happen when his tires go again? Look, he's always sliding about. I don't want to call this comedy, but I mean, sometimes when the tires really go, it could become quite funny. But yeah, I don't really know what he's thinking, because you know, say he went into a set of softs, that's a guarantee. You know, that's a net 9 sat in there now. You know what I mean? Oh, looks like Minchelot's lost it. Yeah, I guess his downforce there really just doesn't help him. I guess that was, like I say, that was inevitably going to happen. I wonder if he just pit though and just cut his losses. Now he still has another 15 laps, and Kyle as well is gone. The two Red Bulls in some serious trouble, and Kyle with front wing damage as well. So the two Red Bulls really not having a good day here. And now we've got Philip trying to run the outside on Baza as Baza comes into the pits. Did they come together, them two? I don't really know. But yeah, double disaster then for Red Bull. And still yellow flags. It must be... Oh, KK's not crashed. Well, I watched the wrong thing. But yes, I'd love to know what happened there. And looks like Philip, by the way, Philip's 4th. I don't think I mentioned that, but he is 4th now. Kyle retired after his incident. We'll find out what happens, I'm sure, at some point. But yeah, Philip now under some pressure from Bisma and Bill. Bill now suddenly found himself in 6th, looking to go a little bit higher. So I said he was struggling a bit earlier, but if he can start moving now, it should be okay. Voss retires in the race as well, as Bisma decides to go for a cutback into turn 4. I wonder where he disappeared. So that's where he is, fighting side by side to turn 6. And looks like Bill has been caught on the inside there. That's not going to work for him, and Bisma will stay ahead. Yellow flags in sector 1. Don't really know what that could be for. And they're gone as quickly as they came out. Bill, don't make me say that again. I don't want to see anyone going for him to turn 9 unless they're like literally already ahead. Oh dear, that could have ended in disaster. I'm sure he knew what he was doing though. I imagine he was probably trying to scare Bisma off to Narnia. I'm still trying to work out why there was white out in Narnia at the start, by the way. Like, I mean, if you go back to the start of lap 2, all you see when they're coming across the line is just a car flying off to Narnia. No one seems to be able to explain it. And Bill there, have another look again. Only thing I would feel is keeping Bisma in this is his DRS to Philip. He needs to sort of work on passing that racing point, because I reckon they can probably both do it. The switchback isn't going to work quite this time, I don't think, with Bisma, so Kyle's ahead for now, but on literally nothing to work with. He's down on fuel, he's down on ERS. If he's got anything to fight with in the main straight, I'd be surprised. The only thing that's going to help him, I guess, is the DRS. But I don't see him making a move for 4th anytime soon, especially on being worse tyres to Philip. So we see what happens to that, I guess. We'll sort of figure that one out as it goes along. But through the final corner, they're both going wide, Philip and Bill and Bisma. Let's be brutally honest here, this should be a rather easy move. He's on to literally 2% there on his lowest there, Bill. Into turn 1. Like I said, the only thing keeping him in that is DRS, and he must have had a really good exit on Philip. He's somehow got on that BRS. He sort of has to go for a move, doesn't he? He's got no choice. And he's got that completely wrong. Florence, he has to Florence to try and stay ahead now of Beast, but Beast is already ahead of him. And now they're going to go side by side. I guess Bill getting the wider entry has actually managed to give him enough exit speed to stay in that. Will Beastman have anything to say about that? Oh, that was a good avoiding move there from Beastman to not get absolutely wiped out by the out of control Mercedes. They're going to be sliding about. They're both sliding about. I think they both just got grease on the back of the tyre or something. It's mad. And Bill, somehow, with that little ERS, is managing to make it work. That's quite impressive. No, we've got yellows. We're all alive, we're all good, we're all Gucci, it's all fine. But Beastman is ahead of Bill. Bill's gone off the track. So all that very impressive ERS usage looks to not be helping him, unfortunately. And all this is helping Phil to pull away, especially since Beastman has just got a penalty. Now, I just want to check the top two's penalties, just to make sure I don't have any. Nothing for Pete, and nothing for Khalifa. You know, I'd love to have the ILR7 corner cutting rules in ILR5. Can we have that arranged? Like, could you imagine? I could just cut every corner. Because it appears these guys can do that. It's great. Oh, yeah, it'd be like playing career mode. You just cheat the whole way. But, yeah. Anyway, maybe a bit of optimism there. We have Bassett in the points, by the way, and we know he qualified quite low down. I imagine he, a long, risky racer, probably some of the highest gainers in this race. And yeah, risky racer, highest of 11. Then we've got Crazy Fan Rob on 10, and Philip on 9. I'd have to say, though, Philip must have been most impressive to be running up in 4th. I mean, I hate to be... I don't want to say mean, but it has come out of absolutely completely and utterly nowhere. He's somehow there. Very good strategic work, I must assume, because he's on sort of fresher tyres to the guys around him. And we've now only got 11 laps to go. It's only 20 past 7. I'm going to finish this one hella early. Look, you're plenty of time to get yourself hyped up for the ILR5 Classic, which is coming up at 8 o'clock. No Paul McGuinness, though. There's no Paul McGuinness. Do you know what that means? It means I'm going to win. I've worked this out in my head as we see Bill and Beastman fighting yet again. I worked out in my head, if Paul McGuinness isn't there, I guaranteed win the race. Or at least get a podium, let's be optimistic. In that respect, or and realistic. But anyway, yeah, Bill is ahead again of Beastman. Meanwhile, I'm just sort of thinking tactical superstitions in my head. And OKK is into the points. Oh, I didn't even notice we had Jamie Carter here. ILR5 teammate. Good to see him here. Trying to see how good the Red Bulls are tonight. Well, we've got one of the Red Bulls out already, so I'm sure we should do better than the Red Bulls here in ILR5, so yay. Although the sister team's having a good time, I guess. One of them is out as well, but everyone is fighting away. Passing the Mercedes of Bill once again is Beastman. And, well, he's got more ERS to use now, so I would have thought Bill would have more of a chance. But we'll see. Chill driving there in the chat, he's, well, I don't know. He thinks ILR4 is better than ILR5. I mean, I have to disagree with him right there. As Beastman gets it a bit wrong. Yellows, trunk someone's name falling down, and it's crazy flying Rob. He was having a good race. I feel I've jinxed him. As he doesn't lose any places, like, but not exactly comfortable, is he? Unfortunately. And look at that, Bill really getting on the curb there, and them two still fighting away. I'm sure they're having great fun with this. For P5, we'll deal with penalties later on. I think they do have a couple. At least I know Beastman's, one at least. But at the minute on track, it's Bill ahead. And Beastman, oh, he's crashed. He's broke way too late there. I think he only sort of grazed the side of the Mercedes, though. I don't think there's any damage done, but I don't see him keeping that position. And, well, you've got to say that's a very lucky escape, if he has indeed escaped. I think he has. I think he's okay there. Baza is ahead of Risky Racer. And onto the grass there, this Fry as well, not going to help him. Oh, that could have been a bit of a disaster. Now, sorry by the way if you can hear vibrations, that's my phone on my desk. Because, you know, sort of waiting for the ILR beta, not ILR beta, well, F1 beta for ILR, you know. Waiting for the email to come through. Never gonna happen. But, yeah. Good job, Codemasters. Anyway, up the hill. And again, so Beesman knows if he brakes extremely late he's going to crash, but he also knows if he brakes extremely late he's going to crash and get no damage. Quite how he gets no damage here, but when Münchelow grazes the barrier, it wasn't a massive hit into the barrier in qualifying, the whole thing falls off. Bit inconsistent, isn't it, the damage model there, when you think about it? And Bill and let's say Peter and they'll keep fighting, and Jake, the man who knows everything about everything, is here. They are losing so much time in this battle, but you know what? I mean, Philip, I think, had the pace over them anyway at this point. I don't think it really matters, like, at all, that these guys are fighting. All you should say is that, well, thank God we got something going on to watch. My God, it's great that we've got a good battle to watch and we've got the best commentator in the world to commentate on it. I'll stop complaining now and keep watching. But, yeah. Shimo and Münchelow, though, I guess it is better that he has stayed out, even though he's now fallen 12 seconds off the lead. He's still in the podium and he's still 9 seconds clear in those podium places. But I still think it's when the tyres get really bad, that's going to be when we see that damage really affect him. And Bill, oh no, sorry, Bill, Kyle is on about back markers, so that could be what took him out today, and apparently last week as well. So, not a good time, unfortunately for him, but as I said, his teammates up there. But we'll do better for Red Bull and ILR5 anyway, so 1-2 happening. Red Bull ring, it's just meant to be. I'm driving Max Verstappen's car, by the way, tonight in ILR5. I am fully ready for this. As is Baza and Risky Racer. They're still going to be fighting a little bit. I was sort of worried they were going to spare into each other, I'm not going to lie. This is for P8 at the moment. And, yeah, we'll catch back on them later on. Up the hill. Again. And who's this ahead? Don't know, but I'm sure they're going to catch him soon. Or is that Philip? You see, I'd have seen it's a lap car, but no, I think Philip's just got that far away now that he looks like a back marker that he's about to lap. Anyway, yeah. Here's Kyle of his explanation of his retirement, by the way, as we watch these two have a go. He says that Murdoch went off and rejoined right in front of him. He blocked the whole track and left Kyle with nowhere to go. Ripped his whole front wing off and took him out of the race. So that's what happened there. I don't know, these guys are showing each other their moves. They're having a good time of it. And Risky Racer very late on the brakes, and Baza will come back on the the cut back, the undercut through the corner, and stay ahead. We also got Alex and Flying Rob. Obviously, Crazy Flying Rob within the wall just out to the right after spinning earlier on. I wonder if he's just trying to take a little bit more easy to the end. Not having a great time of it. And we've also got Jacko and Jess fighting as well. 5 laps to go, and everyone is having a nice time. They're all fighting each other, which actually doesn't sound very nice, but you know, in a racing context, it's brilliant. And yeah, it's a race that's flown by. I mean, we're going to be over just after past. Not very normal for a race to go by this quickly, is it? I think it's one of the shorter races on the calendars you may have been able to work out. But you know, the whole lap's done in just, you know, 1 minute 5 seconds and above, really, in race trim. And here we go again. Older sauce versus newer supers and half a front wing for Baza. I don't know if that was just ripped off there, but he has only got half a front wing to fight with, but that isn't going to stop him in his run, or maybe it is. He could have went for it there, but I think Risky Racer maybe just broke late. That's why I looked a little more dodgy in the braking. And Well, Jacko in his mission to get past Jess has been able to get a penalty instead of an overtake. We'll see if he does get past Low now. Up the hill, down the inside. Oh, that's a bit... I don't know if Jess saw him. It's hard to tell. I think there was sort of... there was some good distance into the corner there. And look who's joined the battle. Oh, KK. You gotta say, what could have been for him if he had just had a normal strategy like everyone else? Because he does look rather fast today. And with these two going side by side up ahead, Baz is going to look in his mirrors to find a Haas. Now he's trying to overtake him on the outside. And now, Risky Racer may well find a Haas going up the inside of him as well. Let's see, is there any room? Is Baz still there? He is still there. And Risky Racer dances off the track, as does OKK. Baz could find himself past these two. And I reckon we're going to go free of rest very soon, ladies and gentlemen. It's just got all the hallmarks of an airplane accident, but we'll see how these guys handle it. Baz is ahead. Risky Racer is ahead. OKK is now trying to go ahead, and he has succeeded with a little tap. Wheel-to-wheel contact there, nothing too major, but then back up the inside. That's a great attempt. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it work. But you got to give him marks for trying. That was a great try. And now OKK into turn 9. What did I say before? I said, I think, well, sort of last lap, a desperation move we could see into turn 9. Will it be from these guys we see that happen, I wonder? Wouldn't at all surprise me. But up the hill, OKK not using his DRS. I don't think he is not. And that means Risky Racer has crashed. Do I make the pun or not? Yeah, screw it. You've got to say that was one risk too many. But that has put OKK out of that battle, unfortunately. He was... I guess that sums up his day. I imagine Risky Racer may get in trouble for that. But that just sums up OKK's day. It was not an okay day for him at all, unfortunately. He could have really got some high points if he just had a regular strategy like everyone else. I mean, look at Alex as well. I'm pretty sure those are the two guys that had poor strategies. They were 4th and 5th, I believe. So it has to be said, they really... Well, obviously on hindsight it's easier to say, but they both were spinning off on those ultras. So it could have worked if they just didn't push them too much. You know what I mean? It could have worked, but it just didn't. Anyway, we've sort of finished all of our battles now. I think everything seems to be rather settled. Unless, of course, Alex can pass OKK. He is rather heavily damaged, I would imagine. So we could see a little swap for a point at the end. But, yeah, here we go. Yellow Sector 2. Will that be the move, I wonder? Certainly for something. It's Murdoch in the wall. So, yeah, not good for him. But starting the final lap is Pete. He was under some pressure earlier from Moonshot, and it was looking like it was going to be a pretty good battle. Then Moonshot forgot how to brake and smashed into the back of Pete. Luckily, Pete's kept going in the same direction that he'd started and hadn't spun, as Alex gets by OKK, unfortunately. But Moonshot, he smashed his front left end plate. You can see it's completely gone. You'll get a better shot of it here. You'll just see 2019 front wing on the left, 2018 on the right. So, yeah, that's put him down to 3rd. Now, if Philip can somehow muster up 2.6 seconds on this last lap, he could get into a podium position. Of course, Moonshot has a 5-second stop penalty as well. Highly unlikely, though. But, yeah, after Moonshot hit Pete, it was a rather easy run. And after 2 retirements in a row, Pete, our championship leader, is looking to extend by 7 points. As we see a car go out of the way there. One last corner for Pete. It's been a rather easy day. And the hills are alive with a sign of a Ferrari winning a race here at Austria. Very good race from him there, Pete, to take the checkered flag. Khalifa in 2nd. Moonshot should have that gap now to finish 3rd, unless, of course, there's something else like a penalty. An extra one. We'll see. Crossing the line. Let's find out. There's a barrier that's out of place there. We need to see that now. Yeah, had no extra penalties, so Philip is 4th. Bill 5th. I think Beeson's got some penalties. He has 1, yes. But no, it's took me till now to realise that there's a barrier completely out of place there. It's just lying on the ground. Oops. Why have I not realised that before? Why it's not finished as 7? What? Baz's front wing is just falling off. Ah, I don't really know what's happened there, but he's crossed the line in 8th anyway, so he's okay. Risky racer knife. Did anyone else see that? His front wing just fell off. But you can see a piece of bar down the right hand side just lying there. I said there was a car up in Narnia at the end of the first lap. I couldn't work out what happens. Very odd indeed. Anyway, Alex there took the last point, but I'm not. Am I seeing things, or did that front wing just fly off? I'm sure it did. Randomly, he hit nothing. He started to cruise, and you just see his front wing go plop, and the whole end plate flew off. Anyway, there we go. It is Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull. Then the top 3 on the podium. 3 different teams. It's Pete, Khalifa, and Moonshot who are taking all the honours here. And we've still got 25 minutes until ILR4 and ILR5. Obviously, if you've got a brain, you're going to watch ILR5. But if you like good racing, I don't know. You make your mind up which one you prefer. But you do prefer ILR5 because I'm gonna have to, you know, shove it down your throats until you realise it's better. But let's confirm the order quickly. It is. You know, that just does not say this. That does not tell the story of the race, I promise. Pete from pole wins. Cleveland from second finishes second. Moonshot from third finishes third. Yeah. May look a bit processional, but I promise it wasn't. Philip is fourth. And Bill fifth. Beta sixth. Whiteout seventh. Baza eighth. Risky Racer ninth. Alex 10th. OKK 11th. Critty Plan Rob 12th. Jacker 13th. Jess 14th. Proba 15th. Murdoch 16th. Not Fernando 17th. And our retirements, Kyle Voss and ILR Reader. And that will do us then here in Austria, the first race of the week, because I got to stream out first. And yeah, you know I'm milking this. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed the race. I certainly did. Very good one. And do join us in 25 minutes then for the next race. Well, actually, to be fair, you can watch the end of ILR6 first. Watch the end of ILR6 first, and then come back and watch ILR4 or 5. So, anyway, I hope you all enjoy the rest of your races, and, yeah, safe travels. See you on Sunday. If it would ever end. Who's that giving me notifications? People, I'm very popular. Anyway, yeah, safe travels.